You must maximize your visibility when driving on slippery surfaces. Use your headlights, low beams if it is precipitating to prevent glare, and use your windshield wipers to remove film and dirt from the windshield. You also want to keep below dry road speeds when surfaces are slippery. Speed limits are based on dry road conditions. It takes 4 times as long to stop on a wet road as it does on a dry road. Also, keep a steady speed below the speed you would normally drive on a dry road per the basic speed law. If driving in rain, drop your speed 5 to 10 miles per hour. And decrease speed when entering a curve if surfaces are wet, as your traction will be lessened. If the corner is sharper or longer than you thought, you may find yourself sliding or skidding into oncoming traffic. Stay on the paved portion of the roadway and do not feel tempted to pass off it. It is illegal to drive off a road. You may lose control of your vehicle or become stuck. Drive in the tracks of the vehicle ahead when it is precipitating, because the tires of this vehicle push the water off the road for a few seconds, thus improving your own traction. Also, allow more of a space cushion since your stopping distance is increased 4-fold in wet conditions. And avoid sudden movements when starting or stopping. Otherwise, slick conditions could result in your skidding into another vehicle or a roadside hazard. Be especially cautious when driving in rain after a long dry spell. The rainwater will mix with the accumulations of oil residue on the road to make road surfaces even slicker. Even if you have an off-road vehicle, you need to be cautious when driving through deep water. Do not overload the rear if you have to cross deep water, as this will bring your front tires off the ground to a degree and reduce your ability to steer. Shift to a lower gear so that your speed drops, reducing the likelihood of water being splashed into the engine compartment and stalling your vehicle. Driving fast may be tempting, but it is also dangerous, as you may end up hydroplaning and losing control of your vehicle. Hydroplaning occurs when driving too fast in the rain. A vehicle with properly inflated tires having good tread can begin to hydroplane at 55 miles per hour when there is as little as 1/12 of an inch of rain on the roadway. The water is pushed up in front of the tires faster than they can move it aside. The tires lose contact with the road and start riding on the water. This results in zero traction and steering ability. A strong gust of wind or attempt to steer can send the vehicle into a skid. If you have been driving too fast and have started to hydroplane, you must regain control of your vehicle. Immediately take your foot off the accelerator, and as the tires regain contact with the road, straighten the wheels so you are moving in the desired direction. Do not panic and brake, as braking may cause your vehicle to go into a spin. Grip the wheel firmly and steer in your lane of travel. As with fog and rain, you must maximize your visibility when driving in snow or in icy conditions. Use your low-beam headlights so they do not reflect back into your eyes. Use your windshield wipers and defroster to remove film and dirt from the windshield and to help melt or clear snow and ice. The defroster will also help eliminate any moisture that mists up the inside of your windshield. Keep below dry road speed. Keep a steady speed below the speed you would normally drive on a dry road per the basic speed law. Drive half the speed you would normally when driving in snow, and if driving on ice, proceed at just a few miles an hour. Reduce speed on curves and in shady areas where black ice, a combination of water and oil on the road freezing over, may not have been melted by the sun. Maintain a longer space cushion, 20 to 30 seconds when driving in snow and ice, until you have slithered helplessly, even at slow speeds for yards at a time. You may not believe you need this much cushion room, but you do. Skids can be alarming, but they can be handled if you know how. Watch for areas where ice collects. Ice tends to form not only in shady areas such as tunnels, but also on bridges and overpasses, which, being more exposed to the cold air, tend to freeze before other road areas. Approach these areas with caution. Watch for signs of vehicles ahead that may be experiencing trouble, and be ready to take early action to drop speed. Avoid turning or swerving suddenly. Make gentle turns rather than yanking on the steering wheel or swerving to avoid something, which will send you into a spin. Avoid applying brakes too suddenly or too hard. In the same way, apply the brakes gradually to avoid skidding or hydroplaning. Stay away from the road's edge or shoulder, where you may become stuck in snow or mud. Do not change to a lower gear at too fast a speed. If you need to change to a lower gear, make sure you are traveling at the correct speed. If you are moving too fast, you will create a sudden slowing of the vehicle, and it may spin out of control. Only use snow chains when driving through snow that is hard to traverse without them. If you have traction without them, they won't make your traction any better, but they will damage the roadway.